I started when I was 7 with Warwickshire Music as a child, so it's been in my life since I was 7. I found myself coming back to it because it was kind of the ideal career while still performing. And it's really lovely to teach kids when they know that you're a professional.
I definitely did not have a traditional route into music. I didn't start playing music until my mid-teens, and even then not as a primary hobby. It wasn't what I was interested in. I was about 24 before I started learning to play an instrument properly. And my first music leader experience was about half a year later, where I was working with young people in a small youth club in South London.
I was at that point at GCSE when I was going to choose either A-level maths or I was going to go music. And the reason why I chose music is because I connected to it. Because I knew at that point, even if no matter how good or bad I was with maths, I just thought to myself, is this really going to get me where I want to be? Is this something I enjoy?
I actually had a completely different career before turning into music full time. I was actually in business for many years, but I did find that it didn't really appeal to me too much, that this has really been my calling for so many years.
There are things that you can do that will absolutely put you at the heart of the music world, and those roles are so important. So yeah, events management around musical events, for example. Music technology, there's a whole world of careers out there for music technology, and that's obviously grown over the last sort of decade in particular. But you can be a studio engineer, you can work with young people, building their confidence around music without necessarily knowing, much about the actual instrument that they're playing. But my goodness, you can enhance what they're doing through the music technology that you know about.
I honestly came into this role not knowing much involving musical repair. I'd say I mostly played guitar, so I could change some strings, but when I was tasked with fixing cellos and unsticking valves on brass instruments, it was completely new to me. And the person who I used to work with who taught me everything on this job was fantastic. To be honest, in the past 3 years, I probably learned more in those 3 years than I did for 10 years in one of my old jobs.
I have a passion for music. I don't have a specialism. I enjoy seeing children expressing themselves.
It's incredibly important in communication. I also think that it really helps people to articulate their emotions, the way that they're feeling.
Probably made me more confident being around people, and especially in new situations, having to face new things. I'm a lot better at that.
I think the groups that I'm in, you meet a lot of really wonderful friends and just a lot of really lovely people.
When real life isn't giving you the easiest time, and then you have music, it can just cheer you up and sort of reset your day.
I'll be waking up in the morning and I'll be like, yeah, I can carry on with my song today.
It's how I relax, it's how I get the stress out.
As a career path, I might go into something more like film composing, and also video games are a huge market that are on the rise, so I think that's also an opportunity there.
There's a bit more of a chance to actually do it because there's a lot more than I thought.
If you want to go into music, absolutely go for it. You will need to be dedicated, you will need to be committed, but that's the same for any career.
You have to give a lot of yourself for it, absolutely, especially when you're doing a mixture. Some days I can be starting in the morning teaching and finishing with a concert, and those are big days but very satisfying.
Wherever you are and however you're feeling, it can always help. I find that having an instrument and in the continuation of the learning process throughout your life, it's the gift that really does keep on giving.
There's a massive journey that anyone can go on, and it all starts now.